Hello everyone. Welcome to part 8 of KubePwn Kubernetes Red and Blue Team Lab series. In this video, we will start from where we have left. We have successfully taken the reverse shell using the remote code execution vulnerability, and we have landed as a root. But when we tried, to run certain commands, what exactly privileges we have, we were not able to find out certain things. For example, like this: can I minus minus list? Let's try directly with that. So we have the very basic privileges. So what we need to start exploring what this Kubernetes cluster has and what we can do with this Kubernetes, where we have actually landed. So we will start with the very basics. Who am I? I am the root. What privileges I have? I am in the root group as well. What is the host name of this pod? Basically where I have landed. What is the uname? It is running on Kali Linux. That's fine. Which current directory I am? I am on the pwd. Let me do simple. Oops, sorry. Let me list down each and every directory which is there. These are the directories. App is the directory where all my code is running. So if anybody wants to read it, they can read it. These are basically if you have seen my introductory video, I have clearly mentioned over there that I have left up certain hints at somewhere. So for example, in this basically I have left the app.py completely where you can read the code, and if you can get something out of it, it's very nice. If not, then we will see what exactly we can do. Okay, so you can go about this. I would really admire and I would really suggest that if you really want to practice it, you start exploring the Kubernetes like this without a complete black box. You can go to GitHub and you can learn about certain commands. Only then you will be able to learn it. Otherwise, I will directly tell what exactly is going on. So the very first, thing that we have to find out whether we are running inside the container or not. So for that, the very first thing is we can do is environment variable checks. So if you run the env command, you will see that it is running a Kubernetes cluster, which means completely fine. Okay. Many a times you will also observe this thing on internet, and especially the big organizations that they have deployed certain like what we call it as the honeypots, basically to decoy. So honeypots will give you a real life environment where you will land on some server or something, but you are actually being getting into a trap. So this is very critical to understand where you have landed and what exactly you have, what exactly you have to compromise. So the very basic thing is, you run the basic checks, whether if the output of those checks is fine, then you can start proceeding above. Otherwise, you have to change your mindset and you have to change your basically the way, basically based on the output that is being given to you. So this is the Kubernetes, which is running on HTTPS port 443. This is the Python SHA-256 value for this. The service port is 443. This is the host name. The KubePwn service port is running on port 8080. Current present working directory is root. The KubePwn TCP port is the socket address is 1096.16.17 port 8080. Home is root. Then KubePwn service host is IP is this. Kubernetes port socket address is this. This is the GPG key, and this is critical, where the Kubernetes is calling all its commands and functions and the binaries. The old pwd is /app, and this is being run under the user bin environment. Okay, so let's see if if we can get something from the C group. Let's see if there is something in the C group. Yes, in the C group we got the kubelet dot slash. Under this, under we have kubepods running, and there is best effort, some ID number, and something like that. So we know that the kubelet is the under the worker node. I told you that this is a single node architecture. So kubelet is present under the same thing, and there are some kubepods which kubelet is running with, and there is a scope ID for the running kubepods. Okay, so this clearly confirms that we are under the Kubernetes cluster. Yes. Let's try to grab the Docker from it. Proc self. If it is running under the Docker, otherwise you can look for the complete C group. What is under the C group for this to identify what type of container technology they are running. Let me grab kubepods as well from the same proc self C group. And it has given us, let me go one by grep docker proc so c group. Okay, oh sorry, spelling mistake. Grep docker proc self c group, nothing returned. Let me grab kubepods. Kubepods is already there, we have seeded, but just to see, because in the real world environment sometimes you will get this, sometimes you have to find out through the set directory. So this Kubernetes lab is completely based on my experience. So what I have identified from this lab, or sorry, from this environment, what I have identified from that environment, this is based on that particular. So let me run grab kubepods. Yes, it is clearly showing that kubepods are running. Let's quickly do a docker env. Okay, it cannot access. ls minus la, sorry. Okay, it cannot access. And let's check the common kube configurations file, ls minus la root dot slash kube. Yes, there are certain files. So let's check what is there in the cache directory. If we can get something out of it. Oh, very nice. ls minus la. Let's go to this kube directory itself. Okay, cd cache. Okay, cd discovery. Okay, 10.96.0.1 underscore 443 minus la. Very nice. So we got a lot of critical information about this particular Kubernetes cluster, where we got a directory with admission registration, API extensions, apps, authentication, authorization, auto scaling, batch, certificates, coordination, discovery, events, and so on and so forth. And apart from that, very critical policy, RBAC, scheduling, and security for Istio. Okay, so let's first go to a very critical directory which I will be doing with authentication. Let me just copy the authentication directory. Let me just clear the screen and let me just do ls so that we can go this, and let me do lsla. I can go to v1 ls, and let's look at server resources.json. And if we see, so there are token views, there is a token review for that, and there is a create call that has been done. So it means under this Kubernetes cluster, there is a create function that was being run for, when this Kubernetes might be setting up. Let's go to something else. Let's go to security RBAC. Let's go to security. Let's go for security.istio. Let me do ls. Let me do v1, and let me do cat server resources.json, and here we go. So these are the logs when this Kubernetes cluster might be setting up. Did we get any? Yes, a very critical information in this, which we can utilize in our coming videos. Okay. So similarly, you can. So this is the benefit of going into the cache. If the Kubernetes cluster are storing the caches, you will get a lot of logins. Let's go to apps. Let's go to v1 cat server resources.json. So here we go. We got a very critical information that it is being set up with the kind Kubernetes cluster, which is running under a Docker API version v1 and API resources API version v1, group version apps v1. What are the resources that are being deployed? Name, control, revision, singular name, control, namespace true, kind, control, revision, and so on and so forth. So this is very critical when when you are going into the Kubernetes. The enumeration is the key. If you are getting any sort of enumeration or any sort of critical information, it is very important that you take a note of this. So let me get out of this, because under cache, this was the only critical information that I wanted to showcase you, so that when you are landing onto certain critical environment or certain critical Kubernetes cluster, you just don't stop exploring. Sometimes the cache directories and the logs directory, they provide a lot of critical information. So so after this, I will go for another kubeconfig directory, which will be under home, and we don't know what exactly under there, and there is no such directory. Let me just cat root dot kube if there is a config directory. Nope, there is no config. So we can let's look for the service tokens. Basically, let's look for service tokens, which is very critical. ls var run, or let's stop this video till here, because otherwise the video will be longer. I am keeping these series with the shorter videos so that everyone practices and understands the Kubernetes cluster in depth. So we will start exploring the service accounts token from the next video. So stay tuned for the series. I hope you are enjoying it. If you are liking it, please do like, share, and subscribe. If you like it more, you can start sharing with the community as well. And if anybody wants to collaborate, I am more than happy to collaborate with everyone. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.